Hey guys, welcome back to Talk of the Town. Actor and father James Beek has recently taken on two important new roles. He's started filming the new series, CSI Cyber, and he's become the face of a new campaign, encouraging families to learn the facts about influenza prevention. He joins us now, along with Dr. Peter Leckman, Medical Director at Northwestern Medical Group Pediatrics. And they're going to talk to us a little bit about dispelling some myths about the flu and let you know what you need to know this flu season. So welcome, Doctor, and welcome, James. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Great, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, we're very excited to have you, some very special guests for us today. Now, James, I'm going to start with you. Obviously, we want to talk about influenza prevention, but we cannot help, of course, but ask about your new role. So tell us a little bit, give us some details on CSI Cyber, if you would.
Yeah, it's the latest installment in the CSI franchise. It's Patricia Arquette and me. But it's all about cybercrime. It's about online hacking, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, there's a new story. It seems like every day now about somebody hacking into something. So this takes the CSI approach to all that. It's kind of CSI 2.0, and we just started filming, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing that, and we're excited to have you back on screen. And
thank you.
In addition to taking on that role, you have another important role at home as dad of 3 youngsters, I understand. So talk to us a little bit about how has that changed you, and in particular in relationship to your recent additional interest in the flu.
Yeah, well, I mean, influenza prevention and vaccines and all that was something I never really thought about until I had these tiny little humans that I had to protect and take care of. And last year, 2 of them got the flu while my wife was pregnant, and it's just no fun at all. And so I did some research on the flu. One of the reasons I think I was afraid to give my kids a vaccine was I was afraid that it could actually give them the flu. Turns out that's a myth. You cannot get the flu from a flu vaccine. And the more I looked into it, the more I realized just how debilitating the flu can be. I was kind of shocked to learn that it's responsible for the hospitalization of more kids than any other vaccine-preventable disease. It's responsible for 44 million days of lost productivity, $10.4 billion in medical costs. And so I thought, you know, this is something people really need to learn more about, or at least learn more than I knew. So I teamed up with FluMist Quadrivalent, which offers a nasal spray flu vaccine, which covers 4 strains of the flu. So there are no needles involved, and it's definitely it's an option out there that I felt people needed to be aware of.
Absolutely. Well, that's a great option, and shocking statistics, honestly, to hear you say some of those things I wasn't aware of. Doctor, let's get to you for a second here. In your professional medical opinion, what are some of the myths that are common to the flu, and what do you think is the best course of action for folks out there?
Well, I think the best course of action is for everybody, from children through adulthood, to get vaccinated against influenza. That's by far the single most important thing we can do to prevent ourselves and the people around us from getting ill with a very serious illness. The myths we hear are similar to the ones James just mentioned, that flu is just a common cold, and flu is not a cold. It's an illness that's responsible for many deaths every year. It's responsible for serious illness, fever and chills, and keeps people out of work and kids out of school for days and days at a time. So it's nothing to be trifled with. We hear a myth out there that the flu vaccine can give you influenza, which it absolutely cannot. People think that there's only one form of the flu vaccine, that there's just a flu shot, which is the one that has been on the market for a long time. But really, for the last more than a decade, we've had an intranasal flu vaccine, which is called FluMist Quadrivalent. And that's, like James said, a vaccine that's squirted in the nose, so there's no needle for the kids. It cannot make you sick, and it actually has 4 strains in it. So the old flu shot had 3 strains, and there's still 3 strain vaccines on the market. But some of the flu shots and all of FluMist Quadrivalent protects you from 4 strains of the flu. So it's important to talk to your healthcare professional about which vaccine they're recommending and which one you're getting. And really try to get the one that has all 4 strains when it's available.
Wow, okay. Well, that's important for folks to know, and I appreciate you guys sharing that there's options out there as well, in case I'm sure there's a lot of viewers at home that aren't aware of that. Now, do you have a video, and where can we see that and get some more information?
Well, I made a goofy little video. If you want something that's not too serious but has some facts in it, that you can watch on youtube.com/insistonthemist. But there are some other websites a little more official, like the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. That's at cdc.gov/flu. And then more information on Flu Mist can be found at www.insistonthemist.com.
All right, well, we'll do just that. We'll go there and check those out. And James Vanderbeek and Dr. Peter Leckman, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we will be right back after this with more Talk of the Town.